Yo, Brick5D here, and I'm about to pull shards on this Noob2Pro. 2x Ancient is currently going right now. That's why the portal is showing all blue colored, and the 2x Ancient means that you have a double chance of obtaining legendary champions and epic champions by pulling Ancient shards. On a normal day it's 8%, but right now it's 16% to obtain epics. On a normal day for legendaries is 0.5%, but this weekend it's 1% to obtain legendaries, all from Ancient shards. It also coincides with a 10x chance to obtain this champion Harima, which from what I've heard from in raid, it's a good champion. I don't own or don't know the kit, but the Noob2Pro will be even lucky if we even get close to PT. Now, from all the type of videos a content creator can post about in raid Shadow Legends, I'll tell you right now that this type of shard pool video are the easiest to make. Any content creator will tell you just have to record. It's also exciting. You actually have fun pulling these shards because you've waited so long for this right opportunity to pull it. So sharing the type of content with you guys, it gets received so well by the community, and most of those videos do very well with in the shortest time possible. So that's why I'm kind of sad that I will not be pulling my 263 ancient shards that I've been saving on my main account all this time. So if you don't know why I'm saving, this account is kind of end game, or getting closer to that point where there is no much challenges. I'm getting to Hydra. I've beat Hydra brutal on 1 key currently. I'm trying to get to maybe build a team that will maybe do what do you call this next challenge now, maybe place platinum one of these days. That's the goal. I have nothing else besides that Hydra what do you call it now, the other difficulty after brutal now, nightmare Hydra, to maybe figure out a team that can beat it or begin to replace gear on my old champion. So pulling shards on this account no longer serves a purpose because I don't need new champions to do new stuff for me anymore. I have all the champions. I need to beat all the content that is available. So shards right now for this account is just particular champions that I need. For, let's say they do a 10x for Arima right now, it's not a good one, but if they do a guaranteed event to pull 150 ancient shards and obtain Arima, that's when I'll pull, because currently I do not want duplicates, even though at some point I'll be happy obtaining duplicates to be part of the Fashion Guardian. So that's me justifying why I'm not pulling 263 ancient shards right now, to make this shard pool video a little bit more exciting for you guys. And I miss those good old days where we pull a lot of legendaries from these shards and have a lot of fun with this shard pool video. For now, the Noob2Pro will just be all we catch fun with. So what am I really waiting for? I've told you, is guaranteed legendary event. That's what I'm waiting for, one. And of course, it's also a way to discipline myself, where I'm trying to build all the champions I've obtained so far, and also book the champions I've obtained so far. I'm talking about Python, Duchess, you know, all those other champions that have been sitting in the vault for a while. I'm currently putting books on them. By not obtaining new champions, it gives me an opportunity to focus on the older ones and build them, and not just leave them in the vault even if they are good legendaries. So that's also a reason not to obtain new legendaries, why you don't have resources to build and use the old ones you have. So that's why I also have 43 sacred shards right there. So maybe we'll keep this ancient shard until we hit 500, and maybe at 500 we can pull all the ancient shards on a good day and see how many legendaries can fall out of it. That's a challenge maybe I hope to reach. All right, so now back to the Noob2Pro. The Noob2Pro is okay with getting awesome game-changing epics, especially the ones that will help us in the clan boss team. The best we've obtained so far for clan boss is a skull crusher. Right now, the main priority for this account is obtaining a clan boss champion that can put increased defense, block debuff buff, and decrease attack debuff on the enemy. So that's what I'm looking for, and that is Sepulchre Sentinel. So if you could take all these 70 ancient shards and give me one Sepulchre Sentinel, that would be the best day ever, because that will allow my team to begin to head towards a 3-key ultra nightmare damage, or eventually a 2-key ultra nightmare damage when we can, you know, make the gear reach that type of level. So I'll also appreciate a DPS that is better than a Frozen Banshee. Currently, that's what I'm using for that content. I don't know which other options you could use for the clan boss DPS, but I'm trying to use a DPS that is obtainable to most people. That's why I'm using a Banshee instead of Gnishak or some other big names. I'm also not using Python for that. That's why I'm praying for a Sepulchre, so that's like more obtainable than a Python, who I heard is good for that job also. Now let's head over to the shard pool. I hope I created enough space. I don't think so. We'll have to create space as we go along. All right, let's go. 10 pool right there. Then the last pool will be single pools. The Noob2Pro all just needs a clan boss champion that will change our account. We are done with apothecaries. That's a duplicate warden. I think that's our first rain beast. So at this stage of the game, yes, we still appreciate these champions. So this Noob2Pro from the event, shard count right here, we are not that far into our messes, so just 34 away, so we're not expecting anything great. The last legendaries we pulled was this champion and it's chilling. I think no, it was this champion and it's chilling in the vault right now. That's the last legendary we pulled, a champion who has what do you call it now, ally protection and some other good stuff. Warden is not a good epic to obtain. It doesn't even feature in the what do you call it, faction wars for most people. Usually by the time you get to Dark Elf faction, you have your Kale, you have a lot of other champions who can help you in that faction wars, and where you don't need to build a champion like Warden. You're not that desperate for that faction. That's what I'm trying to say. Apothecary will have too much of him, so I think I might use these two for the last faction guardian for Apothecary. Rain Beast, I think it should be a new one for me right there. Alright, let's see what else we can obtain. We did not go for this ending fusion, so we are not even looking for the fusion rare or the fusion epic. That's a decreased attack champion, coffin smasher, who we no longer would need. We already have Terrell as our frozen, as our what do you call it, as our champion who is doing decreased attack, so we don't need coffin smasher for that purpose. This dropped Erenus. Erenus is an epic we obtain. I think we already have this champion also. Is a champion that a lot of people do not build in Raid Shadow Legends, although according to what I heard, she hits extremely hard. She has single target hits though, right? Yes. No, this is an AoE, attacks all enemies. Increases the duration of debuffs on the target for 1 turn. That's a 4-turn cooldown skill. We usually want that to be on a 3-turn cooldown. Places block buff debuff for 2 turns. That's for 1 enemy, so not that good. Alright, let's head over. She's usually also not built for faction wars. She's just used as faction guardian, maybe until one day start using her as food. This is the third 10 pool. We are still not getting gold. We are not hoping for it, but at least some game-changing epics. No game-changing epics yet. Sikara. That's also not one that we want on the account. Damn. Not even one we can use for faction wars, not even one we can use for Doom Tower. We're just getting weird looking epics that you don't use at all. You take them straight to the vault and you leave them there. This is a support champion who looks like she's based on attack with 25% critical hit. Attacks all enemies 3 times. All enemies 3 times. 40% chance of removing a random buff from the target. Each hit has a 40% chance. Booked up to 60% chance on a 4-turn cooldown. So if she hits 3 times, she could remove 3 buffs from the enemies. Still not a reliable way to remove buff. You want a champion like Madame Series to just come in there and zoop, no buffs on the enemy anymore. We can't rely on this buff remover on the enemies. If that's what you even need, it's not a high priority skill that is needed except in PvP content. Attacks all enemies, also 60% chance of placing weaken debuff for 2 turns. This skill is also on a 4-turn cooldown. Both of our skills are a 4-turn cooldown. This is one of the champions that Raid could review and make her a little bit more, up to date to be used on today's battles. 4-turn cooldown skills like this, you just be in the battle using your A1 forever, and your skill will not come back around. She has a pairing to do with Alika, I guess, so maybe that will help her become better. Alright, let's head over to the 4th. I think she should be the 4th 10 pool. Give me epics. 2 epics this time will be nice. Please don't tax me. That's 1 epic, and that's a discard the sigil. Achak we already have. Come on. I think we also already have discard the sigil. We are getting duplicate epics. Out of all the epics in the game, why should I be getting a dupe at this stage of the game? I appreciate this barbarian faction champion that has ally attack, fat man as they call him. I appreciate such a champion. A Vogot would be nice. There are lots of epics in the game, and I'm getting duplicate champions I already have. Damn, Let's keep going. Achak is awesome for the spider. I've not yet started appreciating because I'm still farming spider 20. When you get to the higher levels of spider, that's when it begins to shine. 2 epics also found in this 10 pool, and this one is Durden the Runic. I've not heard much about this champion. Oh, because it's kind of new. Yes, it's a new champion for the new faction of Sylvian Watchers, and he was part of a fusion, I think. Was it? I think it was part of a fusion. Puts shield, attacks all enemies, places a shield, max based on his max HP. Increase duration of all buffs on all allies. That's a 4-turn cooldown skill also. Places taunt buff on this champion for 1 turn. Also places 25%. Okay, this is the new buff that has not yet been, well, it's in the game already, but it's not yet popular, or people still look it like it's still a normal taunting set or provoke set. It's not like as good as we would want it to be. But I don't know much about taunt. I've not yet explored that debuff, but this champion has that new taunt debuff that you don't yet see being appreciated in raid yet. So maybe one day we'll begin to test it out and see where it will be viable rather than using provoke all the time. So that's already 6 pulls done. Lutia, what does she do? She has an A1. I think she's a healer. Support champion, right? No, that's an attack champion. Each hit 25% chance of placing freeze. 3-turn cooldown. 25% chance of placing freeze. That's kind of low. AoE hit right here. 25%, 75% chance of decreasing speed. 4-turn cooldown nuke. Depends on how hard she hits. If this would be a hard hitting ability, and then maybe it should be more popular in raid, but I don't see her anywhere being used. A1 30% chance of placing poison, booked up to a 50% chance right there. Alright, I think we are done with our 10 pulls. Let's go the last single pulls. Oh, I think I ran out of space, that's why I can create some more. Let me crunch some food and come back with 20 more space. Let's pull this last 20 pull. Be right back. Alright, we are back with some space created. Let's do another 10 pull before we do the last 10 pull as single ones. Alright, hopefully we get epics. I'm not even asking for a legendary on this Noob2Pro. That's an epic, and this trash one, Golos. Damn. Golos Helmore is a trash epic. According to my initial knowledge of him, he does have decreased defense right here on a 3-turn cooldown. It's not common, but when you have those demon spawn faction requirements to beat some dungeons with demon spawn only, I think I've seen him being used in some people's team as the default decreased defense champion, because that faction lacks decreased defense champions. They are just their HP burning and all that, or single target decreased defense. That's what they have. He has HP burn in AoE decreased defense right there, which is a useful one on a 3-turn cooldown like you would want on a debuffer. So that's what can be useful, I guess, in faction wars. Decreased defense, useful right there. So it's not that useless, I guess. If you can be used in faction wars in raid, you're not that useless. Alright, let's do single pulls in this last 10 that I have. Let's see if that changes our luck on the Noob2Pro, so we can pull at least 2 more epics on this 10 pull. That's gonna be a rare. I keep getting this more stalker. After I farmed this guy up from the campaign because he was needed in the new dungeon boss of the Sand Devil Necropolis. That's a rare Rotten Mage. Almost look like Lich, the epic. Okay, maybe 2 epics is asking for too much on this last 10 pull. 1 more epic will be nice. This is the 3rd pull. Let's go for the 4th one. The Noob2Pro. Okay, that's an epic and will be the useful one. It's Old Grokus. Not that crazy about this one. AoE, single target 3 times hits, 15% chance of placing Leech. Not that great. Attacks 1 enemy against single target hit, placing decreased speed, and also 40% chance of decreasing target stun meter by 30% on a 3-turn cooldown. Single target 30% decrease stun meter and decreased speed. Is this like a boss champion? because this is no AoE attack. Okay, this is the AoE hit that has a 80% chance of placing decreased attack and a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Useful. Decreased attack is useful. I don't know much about heal reduction. That's not very useful on wave content, so except it's for against a boss that you must place heal reduction in, I don't see anybody that will be building this champion. Maybe for this AoE decreased attack if you're that desperate, I guess. So he's not that common in raid because his kit looks like it's for a special purpose, for a special place where heal reduction will be more appreciated. If you want to decrease attack, you bring in somebody else who bring decreased attack and decreased defense, like a debuffer that I can't remember right now. Alright, that's old Grokos. Maybe one day he will find content where he shines, where heal reduction is appreciated, but not on my Noob2Pro team right now. Hopefully I can get one more epic before from these 5 remaining ancient shards. One more epic would be nice. That's the call. And it's another trash one that will never build. Maeve. All these barbarian faction looking champions that paired together. Single attack, stun, let's say stun for 2 turns. If the target is under sleep conditions. Enemies killed by this kill cannot be revived. That's a big nuke on a 3-turn cooldown. Single target block revive. I'd like to know the multiplier on this single target hit. What I should be worth building for faction wars. Single target right here. 60% chance of placing sleep debuff. Has a 50% chance of getting an extra turn if the sleep debuff is placed. Booked up to a 70% chance of placing sleep. So must he be asleep? What if somebody else places the sleep, then she goes into this one to continue the sleep with a stun? Then places it a 2-turn stun though, not just a 1-turn stun. If the sleep is there, it's a 2-turn stun. Still yet not enough to build this champion, of course. Unfortunately, she does have bad reviews. 4 point, and not a lot of reviews, so that is not significant. That's not a champion I've never succeeded on my main account, and I don't intend to do that until maybe they give her a little bit of buff that she needs. Mystic Hand. Let's go. 2 more to go. 2 ancient shards. All these ancient shards were saved up from the clan boss, Nightmare, and Brutal that we're doing. We're hoping for Sepulchre Sentinel, but it doesn't seem like our luck is gonna be today. 2x ancient is the best time for you to get epics, but all the epics we got during this shard pool were trash. None was good enough to me to take to 60 instantly, and that's kind of sad. The Noob2Pro has been lucky with some legendary champions, so I guess I can't be that mad about it, I guess. So maybe the next time we pull Sacred Shards or Void Shards, something awesome can happen, but this time around was no go, no show for the Noob2Pro. I'll head over to my main account and just do a single shard pull, or maybe 3, to just give me a round figure of 260 single pulls, just to see if something magical happens on the account. I hope I don't pull something I'm looking for on the Noob2Pro though. What if that's a legendary? No, that would be crazy. I just do 3 single pulls. Not because I'm looking for legendaries or epics, just because I want to round it up to 260 ancient shards. And the third one. Remember, you have the opportunity to wait until you get to... Okay, it's not one I also want on the Noob2Pro. You have an opportunity to wait until you get to about 200 ancient shards pool. That's when you have the right to complain or be mad about it. Right now, I'm at close to 94, so I can't be that mad. The next time we pull ancient shards or this account, maybe we'll pull another 70. We are definitely getting a legendary, so closer to that 200 mark. So that's when you expect a legendary. Don't come into raid hoping that anytime you pull shards, 20 shards, 70 shards, 100 shards, that you must get a legendary. Always remember that if you don't hit that messy mark of 200, you're not entitled to any legendaries. Even when you hit 200, you still have about 20 more ancient shards to go before you are guaranteed that legendaries with a messy system put in place. So come into raid with an open mind, knowing that whenever you pull shards, it could be like this, that you could get absolutely nothing, all champions you use as food, and that way you will not be that disappointed. Or I'm pissed off that I didn't get Sepulchre Sentinel, but there is always another day or another week or next month we can try again after saving another 70 shards. It's a crazy game, and that's how you end up spending money on it, trying to get more shards to pull more champions. But hey, the Noob2Pro is totally free to play, and my main account is also totally free to play. All these shards obtained from clan boss and other content, tournaments and events. Also, let me know in the comments below what your shard pulls look like. Were they as horrendous like this Noob2Pro one? Then we're hoping for that day when our luck will change for Sepulchre Sentinel to come into the team and make our clan boss team possible. All right, help me hit like in this video, even if it was highly unsatisfactory, especially for me. That's why I put some shard on my account to see if that can change the luck. But still hit that like. Maybe the next time we'll be more luck here. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel for more Raid Shadow Legends content. I post Raid Shadow Legends videos every day. Big Friday here, and I'll see you guys later.